Hey everyone, I was just watching this video. Just let me show you the video. And if you guys can see it, this is a AI is here and students are screwed if you don't take action by this channel Prime Reacts. So basically what this channel is basically a channel for mainly software developers. Okay, those are in computer science. It's mainly for those people. So now you're maybe thinking that why I am watching this channel. I just love to because there are some topics which even though I want to be in sales and marketing, there are some topics and some things which I really love when this guy discuss about, but that's a whole different thing. The point being, when I was watching this video, or after watching it, was basically this guy who was going over the article, and just like you read the title of the video, it basically the article was about that since AI is taking over so many things, so many jobs, so how come a new student or whoever is really new in software engineering or who is in computer science, how can he prepare for the future? Now, they in that article, there was obviously I don't remember the whole everything in detail, but there were some things which really stuck to my mind, which was in every industry and every time you see some booms and some crashes or stability in the market. So in US case, you could say that the dot-com bubble started where any if you had a company at that time around 2000, I think I don't remember exactly, you would there's a high chance you would get a funding from investor. And obviously because there was such a boom of that, many people who were not even software engineers or who were just basic or just engineers, they would get a job at higher compensation. Then obviously the crash happened, then which led to more firing, then came another boom, which was the mobile development app, all the stuff. So again, more hiring, again the crash happened. So this led to firing. Another boom which was happened in the pandemic, like people are already in home, people are using more of internet and internet services and users. More boom, more software engineers, then crash again. Okay. And now comes the new AI thing, like because everyone is using AI, so why will people hire you? And mostly it is in you could say junior level. Mostly junior levels are getting affected because AI has reached that point where most of the tasks which was done by junior level can be done by AI. So instead of just hiring a junior level, you can just hire some mid level, senior level, and give them the AI. They will do the task. So then the question comes, okay, why would they hire you? One thing which I really love about that in that article, there was this part where it discussed that when the crash happened in any after a boom that a crash happened, people who prepared during that time during the crash, okay, they were ready to take part in the next boom. Let me just check it again so that I know what I'm saying is does make sense or not, or else I will just blah tell you nonsense. So wait a minute. Where to go? So that basically what in the article it was talking about as to, so like whenever these booms are happening, crashes happen, especially when the crash happens, focus on fundamentals, focus on getting good at what you do, so that when the next time the boom happens, you will be the one who will be chosen. Because when everyone was either switching careers or either leaving industry or just being on the next trend, you are focusing on the fundamentals, you are focused on things that matter, and those things will be of importance in the next one. And in this case, in the article, it was talking about as to like since like I don't know how much of you guys know about this coding. In coding, what happens is that more nowadays more junior developers, what they're doing, like whenever they face problem, whenever they want something to be done easily, like some minor problem, instead of thinking, they just go to the AI and ask them, just tell me what happens, what should I do next, and they just obviously gives the answer and they just copy paste it without understanding why it worked. Okay, why it worked, that part they just don't understand, they just do whatever the AI tells them to do. Now you might be thinking, okay, so what's wrong with it? It increases the productivity. Yes, it does increase the productivity, but there's a catch. The thing is, you don't know why something is working. Earlier, see, I'm also not a coding guy, programming. I just know a bit about it. In coding, what happens is that you spend hours and hours to figure out what is working. If it's working, then why not working? If it's working, then so if you figure out what's working, if it's working, then why? If it's not, then why not? All the stuff, and you do by your trial and error. So what happens when you just delegate that thinking to AI? You just don't think. And one more thing which also talked about in the video was that if you're junior level programmer and whatever programmer, CS student, whatever, and if you use AI for your productivity, you are as good as those models. So the moment, let's say, the models are not improving, you are also like not improving a way. Not saying that you should not use AI, you should use AI, but at the same time, you should also know if it is working, why it's working. If it's not, then why not? That thinking, using that thinking and that skill, that learning the fundamentals, and just making sure that you use AI only for improving, not just delegating your thinking. That's what is important. And then also one more thing which I talked about, the boom part. Like there will always be times where there is a boom and a downfall or crash, whatever. So one more thing which told in the article and even in the video, I think that while people are right now delegating thinking and just making they are depending on AI, use this time to get really good at the fundamentals, making sure you are really you are figuring out why something works and doesn't work, instead of just dedicating your thinking to AI. And when the next boom happens, you will be the first, or you will be the people who will chosen. And if I'm going to think about it now, obviously this is from the US point of view. In India, if you talk about it, the only boom we had was the service boom. And obviously we have the pandemic, all those stuff, but not as, but it was a very different boom than the compared to US. Now, obviously, I don't know. Maybe I don't know much. Maybe I'm missing some context. You can, if you are some CS guy or computer science or whatever programming engineer, you can just let me know in the comments. And now, obviously, I'm someone who's going to be in the sales and marketing. So, how does that apply to me? And maybe some of you guys who is going to get into different fields. I just going to share my example in sales and marketing, which I'm seeing right now. That there are many tools which helps in outreach, prospecting, messaging, all those stuff. Are those good? I haven't used it, so I don't know whether it's good or not. But the problem that can be is that you are relying so much on those tools, like as to what message to send, what not to send. Your judgment or your ability to know that this message is something which would resonate with your customer or your target audience because they have this problem, they desire this XYZ. But if you just write, oh, I just write this email outreach message or cold email to this type of business, maybe ChatGPT would generate it. But there's a hell lot of context and things which it would miss. So what's basically, I think what might work in my case, if let's say I'm right now, if I'm into sales and marketing, and let's say if I go into B2B SaaS, so what I need to do is maybe this is in my case is that I need to really get good at the fundamentals as to like, okay, who is my customer? What do they want? Why do they want? What are problems they're facing? And for that, maybe I have to take a bit of time and read some of the articles, whatever they're solving, what problems they're facing. Maybe go into Reddit and type how their product is doing. Like, do people like the product or not? Stuff like that. All those things. Like these are very nitty gritty, time consuming things when you think about it. But I think these are things which may give me an idea as to okay, who is my customer and what problems are they facing and how my product can help them. Now, obviously, in such case, when I use AI as to let's say if I tell AI to even write a cold email, so I would know enough context to figure out to what type of cold email would work. So that decision, that ability to decide whether this cold email would work or not, or do I need to do this changes to this to make sure it would work or not, that things would get faster. But to develop that decision making skill, that thinking that this would work or not, I need to do a lot of manual, maybe writing cold email, maybe in that can be same apply to cold calls. Now this also, I think this AI, I don't know which AI it was, like it basically helps you in cracking interviews, stuff like that. So in sales call, when you do online sales call, many will think, oh, I will just use this AI to, I think, I don't remember the name of the AI. If you know, then let me know in the comments. Many people may think of it, if I just use this AI, that I can help in closing deals. Maybe, but there are a lot of things that, like, we are dealing with human people, like, and there's a lot of unpredictable things. So maybe sure AI can help, but there are sometimes where it may not help, and knowing that where this can help or not, that's also one thing. Second, again, this is point coming back to the point. If I just delegate everything to AI and think that, oh, if AI is saying that means it's right, that thinking is also a problem when you think about it. Sure, it helps thing gets done fast or you become productive, but is the product worth it if the cost is you getting not good at what you do, or you just your skill level getting deteriorating? So how I see is, let's in my case, is to whatever people used to do before AI, do it that way. And when you think you're really good at what you do, then maybe use AI to delegate, or not delegate, but figure out what process can you speed up more. That's how I think in my case. But that was an interesting video. I don't remember. I don't even share the link, but because in right now you need to do the verification stuff like that. You need to share the link, but I can't. So my case, my account is not verified, so I can't share the link. But I've shown you the video. It's an 1 hour long video. You can watch it. Amazing video. You will love it. Though there can be things you agree with, there can be things you cannot agree with. But yeah, that's something like I didn't give much thought of, because like everyone is using AI so much. AI. Everyone is so much clear AI. You just like forgot take a step back and just think why even you need AI, and if even if it's worth it or not. Right now, companies are just hiring people. Obviously, this is maybe in case of software developers, that they're not hiring much of junior because they don't want to take the risk. In case sales and marketing, I don't know about much sales and marketing. Like again, depends on industry also. I don't think AI is going to like take over. Like maybe into B2C, I think if it's very low ticket, like it's like there you're not talking much about it. And it also depends in case of sales marketing, like, and if you're selling something like B2B, that to high ticket, like I'm talking about like, I don't know, 2K, 10, 50K, 100K, something like that. I have a hard time believing that whoever like is going to sell this thing are going to done by AI or robot or whatever, because at the end human trust human. At least that's what I think. Now I don't know, maybe it can be changed in the future, maybe not. I'm not going to give you some prediction, but that's how I see things. It's a crazy world we live in, but yeah, let's see how it goes. What do you guys think about it?